Hello from the National Hockey Center in St. Cloud, Minnesota. It's the Badger wrap-up for October 22nd. St. Cloud State defeats the Badgers 5-1 here on Friday night. St. Cloud scores 3 power play goals to really take control of this game. And once that got going, there was really no chance there for the Badgers to get back in it. They just didn't have the puck enough or look dangerous enough when they did have the puck, I guess. Maybe it's a better way of putting it, to give themselves much of a chance at a comeback. Yami Kranola scored a goal and an assist, both of those on the first 2 power play goals for St. Cloud, which ended up 3 for 4 tonight. The Badgers have allowed, it's pretty much been as the penalty kill goes, so goes the game for the Badgers so far through 5 games. They gave up power play goals. Michigan Tech was 3 for 6 in the season opening Tech sweep. The Badgers killed all 4 of Army's power plays last weekend in winning twice, and here St. Cloud scores 3 and wins 5-1. There's another game where I feel like it was a bit of a mercy pull after 2 periods when Tony Granado pulled Cameron Rowe and put Jared Moe in for the 3rd period. And in fact, I need to get over to a different screen here to see what Granado said about that. He basically said it was unfair. We didn't give him a whole lot of support on a couple of those power play goals. Granado said it's not fair to Cam to have to fight through that. And by that, I think you can pretty fairly equate that to just pretty sloppy penalty killing. I mean, it's some good movement by St. Cloud. Give them that. Credit them for the way they're able to move the puck around what the Badgers were offering. But it's because what the Badgers had offered that St. Cloud was able to get the chances that they did. Now, one of them was, the first one was kind of a fluky one that bounced around in front and kind of trickled over the net after it hit a couple bodies. I asked Jesper Peltman, who was in front of the net on that one, what it went off of, and he said he didn't even know. I couldn't really tell for sure off the one replay that I saw. In the end, it was net front presence, and it was moving around the perimeter that got the movement got the chance, that the net front presence got the goal, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. 2-0. Then just over a minute later, after I think Kara took a penalty, the Badgers went back on the PK, and that one was a pretty give and go by St. Cloud. Kranola to Okabe, back to Kranola. Really nice movement there, but it was Badgers penalty killers that were caught flat-footed. It was Peltman and I'm blanking on this one. I have to go back to my other screen here again. I apologize. It was Peltman and Jake Martin on that one. After the first power play was set up by Peltman and Martin getting beat through the middle to the net by Sam Henches, and that, so it was a rough period for the Badgers defensemen, and really a rough first 2 periods for a lot of the Badgers defensemen. So I asked Peltman afterward whether this was a game that they're happy that they have a chance to respond on Saturday, and he said definitely they're going to fix some things that he said they can fix easily, or some things can't be fixed easily, but some can't, or some can, and so there's obviously a lot of work that can be done after a 5-1 loss, but I think in that is really the case. And Eric points out here in the chat that Tyler Inamoto's absence being noticeable. I think you're starting to see that the Badgers have in their 6D, they have 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a 5th-year player, and a regular 4th-year senior. I do think that there's quality and talent in that group. They got beat a few times today, though, and that's going to happen. You take your lumps, especially against a team like St. Cloud that doesn't necessarily score in bunches. Throwing out that St. Thomas weekend, but just looking at them, they're opportunistic, but maybe not overwhelming. But tonight they took advantage of their chances, so you have to credit them that. The other part of Eric's second comment here was, does Mo start tomorrow? I would think so. I think they're settling into that rotation until someone, to be honest, takes it and runs with it. I don't think, and Granado's comment, kind of backed this up. I don't think you put this on Rowe. I mean, there was some pretty abysmal play in front of him, setting that up. The fifth one, especially, it was just a poor cover, and left a player wide open coming in from the point to score. And that was, Cam Rowe threw up his hands on that one because, that was, what can you do? What could he do on that? Puck moves out of the corner to the other side, and he's got to try and move over and stop that. Good luck. So that's the difficulty for the Badgers here. Now, the flip side of the special teams, the Badgers were 0 for 5 on the power play and didn't seem all too dangerous with it, and that's becoming a pattern here. And it's really starting with they're having difficulty getting set up, bringing the puck in and getting set up. It's not clicking the way you would want a power play to click when you've got the room, especially here. I mean, the full Olympic ice, 100 wide, you've got the room to move, but the passes just aren't crisp enough. Maybe they're not connecting. They're hitting sticks and hopping over. There are improvements that need to be made there, as in a lot of the other areas of the game tonight. Want to read this from Eric. To me, the score was the same, but the play looked remarkably better than the Tech series. The fumbles were noticeable, but the energy was much more on point. St. Cloud is a heck of a team. There's something to be said about a team that has so much senior plus leadership. I have a better feel about Game 2 after tonight than I did after the Friday Tech game. I think that's fair. I do think that a lot of there were some of those themes where you would have liked to see the Badgers more engage in a lot of parts of the game, and so I don't think it was necessarily the effort that abandoned them like it did in the Tech weekend in stretches. It was the execution definitely tonight. So we'll my favorite saying, we'll see what that means tomorrow. I was posting on Twitter before the game that I was looking back with Shane Conley, the director of hockey ops for the Badgers, about the last time I covered a game here was the last time he played here as a goalie for the Badgers back in 2008, in November of 08, so the 08-09 season. He gave up 6 goals, and the Badgers, I think, lost 6-2 on the Friday night. He came back the next night and got a 1-0 shutout, and felt maybe a little bit like that scenario on the front end here. So we'll see if the Badgers have a 1-0 shutout in them tomorrow. That might be what it takes, given the way that the offense is going. Again, 1 goal tonight, and that came from Max Johnson, his first goal for the Badgers. But it came well after the game was settled. That made it 5-1, and then that's how the game ended. So it is a. And Eric points out it's fun to be here. Missed the WCHA. Yeah, it was. This is when this place gets going. It's a fun place to watch a game. 3,700 people here tonight, I believe, and after they had Minnesota in here last week. A controversial ending, as you may have seen. It is a fun place to watch a game, and it dawned on me that this was the first real road test for the Badgers in 2 years. So their freshmen and sophomores haven't played against or in front of hostile road crowds in college yet, because last year those games were all in front of family basically, and the first 2 series of this season were at home. So a new experience for those players tonight. I guess I can't say that necessarily turn things one way or another, but I look more towards the penalty kill as to what happened there. But that's definitely something to factor in as we go along here, what it's going to be like here, and as the Badgers go to Michigan next weekend, another place that's not easy to play for opponents. So keep that in mind too. All right, that's going to wrap it up tonight here from the National Hockey Center in St. Cloud. St. Cloud 5, Wisconsin 1. I'm Todd Milewski. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you after Saturday night's game. Make sure you click on the story on madison.com or read it in Saturday State Journal, and check out the subscription options we have on our digital channel. So appreciate you joining me here, and we'll catch you tomorrow.